The day after this interview airs is your birthday.
You're kidding. I don't want to be reminded of that. That's the last thing I want to be reminded of.
Do you know how you're going to celebrate?
I thought you were going to say, do you know how old you are?
If you want to know Dame Maggie Smith's age, well, we're not going to tell you. All that matters is that this legend of stage and screen is still very much in her prime.
I will not stand quietly by and allow myself to be crucified by a woman whose fetid frustration has overcome her judgment. If scandal is to your taste, Miss Mackay, I shall give you a feast.
Lie is so unmusical a word.
She only recently finished shooting the final season of Downton Abbey, the smash hit television drama in which she steals pretty much every scene.
Principles are like prayers. Noble, of course, but awkward at a party.
As Lady Violet, Dowager Countess.
You will both admit it when you realize you were wrong.
Oh, well, that is an easy caveat to accept because I'm never wrong.
Naturally, she's savored this particular success.
Have you seen any of Downton Abbey yet?
No, but they gave me the box set. And I'm going to do all sorts of things, because I'm free.
Free enough to talk with us on a recent afternoon in London.
Are you through with corsets?
Yes, I'm all through with courses. Let's just say that I am. In actual fact, I have to say that I did cheat a bit because I promised that if I sat up, bolt upright, I would look as though I were wearing corsets.
So often on Downton Abbey, you were not wearing a corset.
But don't tell anybody.
I came all the way from New York. This is an exclusive.
Yeah, but so I don't want it to be put around. I was tortured every day.
Oh,
The show's final season premieres next week. Don't worry, no spoilers here.
Are you bound by contract not to reveal what happens in the last episode?
Yes, I am, but to speak truth, I can't remember. Nobody was allowed to see the script. You had to read it and then eat it.
I love that you had to eat it.
Had to eat it, just in case. Do not leave it anywhere. Do not leave it in your trailer.
That would be an amazing box set bonus, watching the cast of Downton Abbey eat their scripts.
Munching their way through all those scripts.
Yes, she's had her fill of the Dowager Countess.
I'm a sick woman, looking for a last resting place.
Which may explain why she's gone the opposite direction for her newest role.
Where am I supposed to put three coats?
In the movie, The Lady in the Van.
You don't take any notice of what he says. No, he's a communist, possibly.
For this movie, you spent a lot of time in a van.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Dame Maggie plays Miss Shepherd, a real-life woman who spent the last 15 years of her life living in her van.
Shut the door, Mr. Bennett.
Parked in the driveway of playwright Alan Bennett's home.
I cannot begin to imagine how it must have been in reality.
Right.
Of what Alan had to cope with.
The film is written by Bennett and directed by Nicholas Heitner, both friends of Dame Maggie.
I think she, Miss Shepherd, morphed into Maggie and Maggie morphed into Miss Shepherd.
I can't see Miss Shepherd now without seeing Maggie.
I think that's what always happens, isn't it?
Miss Shepherd?
Spending 12 hours a day in that van, in the rain, in the cold.
Yes.
I think that took you quite a long way towards what she must have been like.
What do you think Miss Shepherd would think of Maggie's performance?
Well, she'd think it only right that she should be portrayed by England's leading actress, really, because she had a notion of herself as being a person of great importance.
What are you doing looking at my thing?
Indeed, Miss Shepherd is imperious, but also sympathetic, with a surprising backstory we won't reveal here.
It is a reminder, not that one needs one, that that person on that street corner who's there day after day may have quite a story.
I know. You pass all the time people just on cardboard on the street. You know, she had a van.
She at least had that.
But you see these people on just in doorways, and it's just, I mean, what do they do all day?
I never knew how truly grand it would be.
American audiences first met Maggie Smith on Broadway when she was one of the new faces of 1956 and sang this comedic ditty.
But even as I say this, I feel it slipping away. This is my one perfect.
What was your impression of New York when you first got there?
The thing that astonished me more than anything was the food. I mean, we hadn't long stopped food rationing in England. When you ordered anything to eat, I was really a nervous wreck because it would be mountainous. And also it seemed very, very bright. It was like being in the movies instead of watching them.
She would make plenty of movies and win 2 Oscars along the way.
How many gin and tonics have you had?
3 gins and 1 tonic.
Catch up on the tonics. We don't want to be disgusting tonight, do we?
But her first love was the stage. At Britain's National Theatre, her co-stars would include the great Laurence Olivier and her first husband, the late Robert Stevens.
Is it hard to be an actor married to another actor, your first husband?
Hideous. Don't ever do it. You're not thinking of it, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, good.
And why is it hideous?
I don't know. Well, I think it's because when I was married to Robert, we spent our entire life, really, at the National Theatre. There wasn't any other existence, and I think it was just too close. But it was great, you know. A lot of it was great, a lot of it wasn't, but there you are.
The couple divorced. Her second marriage to playwright Beverly Cross was much happier. He died in 1998. Not long before the Harry Potter movies would introduce Maggie Smith to a new generation of fans.
Welcome to Hogwarts. Perhaps it would be more useful if I were to transfigure Mr. Potter and yourself into a pocket watch. That way one of you might be on time.
For The Lady in the Van, Dame Maggie has been nominated for a Golden Globe.
It won't look as if I'm being taken away, will it?
She's already won 3 of those.
Have you heard this expression, EGOT?
No.
EGOT is Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Like if you win all 4.
Emmy, Grammy. Oh, I see, yeah.
You've gotten all of them except the Grammy.
And I think that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
Well, I beg to differ because you know what's completely delightful?
What?
Is you on Carol Burnett.
That's going back so far.
Dame Maggie appeared on The Carol Burnett Show back in 1975.
You're classy.
Classy.
We were only too happy to refresh her memory.
I don't believe that. Look at those. I remember those crazy clothes. That was the guy who...
Yeah, Bob Mackie, right?
Bob Mackie, that's right. Oh, do stop it.
Oh, really? Okay. And then it goes into a dance. I mean, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. This is where you're dancing.
You are springtime in Mayfair, a Rolls-Royce limousine.
Those were the days.
Correction.
Turn me around.
These are still the days of Dame Maggie Smith.